Hello, boys and girls. Are you sitting comfortably? Then I'll begin. I'm going to begin to do a review from the Beer Cities Beer 52 magazine. Apart from this beer doesn't have a write-up in the magazine. And I'm a bit disappointed because this is another craft lager. This time, well, it's called a premium lager. Well, that must be good. 4% from Freedom. Now, I have to say, Freedom do some nice lagers, but they usually do the dark lagers, the Schwarzbiers and that kind of thing, which I actually quite like. However, I don't I don't know if this is going to be good. Brewed using 100% British ingredients. Okay, that's good. This lager is crisp, bright, and utterly refreshing. Light golden in colour, merging traditional and taste for the perfect sessionable lager. Does it say what the hops are? It doesn't say on here, but apparently it's earnest. Actually, Beer 52 are saying it's earnest, but when you go on to Untapped, it says Challenger and First Gold. And then they both say lager malt. I mean, is that it? Just lager malt? Yeah, maybe. And it says as a black top, which I like. I do actually like the kind of star thing that Freedom have going and the colours. This one's the blue colour. It's a silver bottom though. So when I did some research into this beer, they made a massive deal out of saying it's been lagered for a huge amount of time, which is 28 days. And I was thinking, I lager my homebrew longer than 28 fucking days. Sorry, but that is just, I know I keep banging on about it, but things like that wind me up that people think craft breweries, the young guns, think you can lager a beer in 28 days. I mean, you can do more than, I mean, a beer's going to have about 2 weeks just settling out and stuff. So that's half the time, especially if you're doing it lagering, I'm assuming to them means putting it at a chill temperature, which is, essentially one of the things about the lagering process. But under a month, it's absolutely ridiculous. But I thought I would give you some education, dear viewer. Tulip glass. Let's get this beer into a glass before school commences. Here we go. Oh dear, I can already see. Actually, this is slightly better than the one the other day. Actually, it is reasonably clear. I was a bit worried. That is actually pretty damn clear. It's not, for my eye, I spy my eye. It is not perfectly clear. It is not what I would call bright. In the old tradition, the old man tradition, of which I believe I am now. But not bad. Not as bad as that one that was claiming to be a Pilsner the other day and was like a hazy beer. That's absolutely ridiculous. Nice white head. I obviously created some of that. We've got some carbonation, some of which is sticking to the side of the glass, which is my fault, dear viewer. Wow, we got some really kind of green, lemony, citrusy, limey even. This is going to be sour and bitter, I know it is. Coming through probably from the interaction of the hops and the yeast, I would imagine. Yes, so there is a style of lager that is, is around at the moment. They're making it. It's called Marzen. Marzen, Germany, or German, sorry, it's made in Germany, obviously. Usually for the Oktoberfest, which starts in September. So they're making this beer March, Marzen, um, and they're drinking it in September. So let's do some calculations. So let's get rid of March. We'll give them that. So we'll say April, May, June, July, August, and then September. Ready for Oktoberfest. That is 6 months lagering. 6 months. And this beer is 28 days. Can you see why I kind of get angry? I know why they do it, because of the folding stuff, the money. Oh, we can't possibly age something for 6 months. We won't get fuckloads of money because we're really greedy. Well, maybe you shouldn't do lagers then. If it's not a style you're able to give a good amount of time for the lagering process, there's plenty other beers you could have. How about a nice Kolsch? You could kind of call it a lager type beer, and you wouldn't have to do the lagering. Assuming I've got the Kolsch round the right way. One of them's made with our yeast. Hey. Anyway, let us see if it's any good. That 28 days lagering, that means this is the best lager that's ever been produced in the whole world. I really doubt it. Cheers and beers. Okay, it's not as bad as the one the other day. It's a little bit too much hop in there for me. There's definitely some green stuff in there. Looked on 2 different websites. It's given me 2 totally different types of hops. I don't believe Beer 52 because they've got so many things wrong. Their quality control for doing this kind of thing, no good. So I'm kind of half thinking the other one, the Challenger kind of hops was right. Look at that though. We do have a nice line. It's going to be interesting to see if that hangs around to the end. But yeah, not a bad attempt. It is not as clean as perhaps it would have been if you'd actually lagered it for a reasonable amount of time. 3 months might be about right. Obviously, if you're doing a German style, 6 months would be good. But yeah, 28 days, it's just beggars belief. Anyway, it's not clean enough. It's not had enough time for the lagering process to create a real crisp, clean lager. This is a bit rough around the edges, but it's not too bad. It's not bad. My God, this cough is still with me. Apologise. I'm suspecting it might be COVID. And there's one proven way of getting rid of COVID, and that's by drinking alcohol, lots of alcohol. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. So that first line has stayed there really nicely, and there's a second line there, which I think is pretty damn good as well. Now the other thing is, apparently this is made using spring water. I'm surprised they didn't call it artisan water, or whatever some other companies do. However, I can taste the kind of cleanness in the water, which is really nice. Either that, or maybe they've done some sort of reverse osmosis. Um, it's quite expensive, that process, to get real clean water, and then you can put whatever kind of minerals back into the water that you like. Um, but in this case, it's spring water. Where are Freedom? I thought they were somewhere in Manchester, somewhere like that. Oh, Staffordshire. Okay. Stafford. Don't know if their water is as obscenely good in comparison with other places. Probably better than here, especially for doing lager. We've got really kind of chalky water and stuff around here, and there's a lot of plague pits, so sometimes you get a bit of bubonic plague in the water here, so you've got to be a bit careful. Oh. Okay, so as we're getting down to the bottom of the glass, I'm liking this head retention. That is pretty good. With just using lager malt, is that right? Is that what they're saying? I mean, that's what Beer 52 says, but I think that's what Untapped said as well. um, yeah, that's really good head retention. Usually, you'd have to put something else in there to get that kind of thing, like caterpillars walking across the side of my glass there as I turn the glass round. Um, very, very interesting. Right, I think I'm going to give my voice chance to recover. I thought I was doing all right, but I didn't really speak to that many people today when I was at work. Not that I like speaking to people in general, you understand. A lot of the time, people in general are just buffoons, and I can save a lot of time by not speaking to people. Um, I will always speak to you, dear viewer, but you can probably hear catching in my throat, and I'm probably going to cough again. So I'm going to leave it there, I think. Pardon me, quite good carbonation in there. But yeah, not a bad beer, but definitely not, like they claim on the can, a premium lager. Do not believe the lies. Go out and try beers yourself, dear viewer. Don't just listen to what I say. But I'll be back, and I'll be coming back with another beer review coming up real soon. Cheers.